All right. Welcome to episode 2 of the podcast without a name so far. Our guest today is Gabe Peitz for week 2. Gabe, how's it going?
It's going good. Just kind of had a solid workout together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Last 100, a whole nother story, but it's exactly what I was going for.
It's true. I apologize for the very short shorts today. I promise I do have pants on, but I forgot to bring shorts after the workout. But yes, we got a 8x600, a pretty easy workout. 1 minute rest in between, just kind of working that 520 pace, kind of going under a little bit. So yes, obviously that leads us into me and Gabe. We ran track and cross country together at Wayne State. This is a theme for our guests so far. But yeah, anything to say about that, Mr. Bites?
Yeah, he came halfway through sophomore year, um, my sophomore year. And then from there, we just took off together as 800 guys. We worked together and built, yeah, built from the ground up.
Yeah.
Had,
So Gabe, you are a local boy to Wayne. We're in Elkhorn right now at Elkhorn Valley Middle School, but we're Wayne grown. So you are from Wakefield, yeah?
yeah, I'm from small town, nothing like this. Guess we do have a couple of rich families there. We got Snob Hill, of course, but rather small. We didn't get all this cement all around us. It was always cornfield. And that's been the biggest adjustment. Moving to a city is just getting used to concrete, heat all the time, just radiating heat from the ground. And
Yeah, it is really hot. I've noticed
yeah,
that too.
my water literally doesn't get cold because I think the ground's just always warm. Like the coldest it goes, it's still warm. It's crazy.
Okay, a little. Okay, so
Fun fact.
yeah, thank you. So born and raised in Wakefield, Wakefield Middle School, high school.
Yep. Did all my did all the sports in high school. We didn't have cross country, so I did football. Guess that's really where me and Wiley kind of hit off too, where we were 800 runners pure, football, and then basketball for me, track, summer baseball once in a while. But after my sophomore year, just too much traveling, too much work. I really loved football. We had a good team, kind of builds a strong mentality, a killer mentality, I would say, and that really helped me in track, especially in the 800 when it's quick. You just gotta attack.
No. All right, I will say Gabe Peitz is, admittedly, I've met two people in my life that I say that person is definitely way smarter than me. My cousin Tanya and Gabe Peitz. So your chemistry, yes?
Yeah, I chemistry, health science, I guess, major
So
from
kind of like
Wayne
the
State.
pre-med kind of thing.
Yeah, pre med at first, and then got a couple minor possessions of alcohol and lost my RHOP. So then ended up going pharmacy. Didn't want to take the MCAT and do that. So went pharmacy, and I've been really enjoying it so far down in Omaha.
That's good. That's good. So I don't know anything about pharmacy school. So so what does your first year look like at pharmacy school?
First year is kind of sad for me, especially getting my undergrad. I already kind of went through immunology and microbiology and biochemistry. I did taught biochemistry recitations my senior year, so I really had a good foundation of that. And people can speed run pharmacy school. There were like 3 people that were under 21, which means
Okay.
they did probably 2 years of college and got a bunch of credits in high school,
Yeah.
and they just knew they wanted to be a pharmacist, so they didn't waste time getting there. So they don't have that foundation that I had. So the first year was just kind of catching them up with us, and not so much pharmaceutical stuff. We had farm science, which was essentially organic chemistry mixed with biochemistry. Um, it was kind of tough at times. I'm tired of math because I did all my math classes my freshman year of college,
Yeah.
and then from there was just, I guess, chemistry is always math, but
Do you have to take like any more calc or like
no, mm-mm. They just
so
kind of teach us how to do the
okay.
equations, and there's nothing I'm actually going to use in when I'm practicing. I guess some of the weight to like milligram ratios on antibiotics for children I would use, but besides that, a lot of it's just like peak and troughs, how much the body gets at one point, and trying to calculate that. I'm never gonna. That really doesn't
Actually
matter in
use it.
practice.
Yeah.
The manufacturers do a certain milligram, and you get to choose it.
Yeah, you just get the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So why are we doing that math?
So would you be one of the people that I go to Walgreens and or the CVS and I say, hey, this is a prescription for Andrew Wiley? Is that
No, I hope not. Obviously, that's not the goal.
okay?
Um, I work in a hospital right now. I'm the outpatient pharmacy, so I am somewhat like that, where it's I do prescriptions outpatient. We have people come in, just regulars that pick up their meds there. We also do hospital discharges, which is kind of what I did today. We called it meds to beds, since we go straight to their bedroom and we counsel them on these meds. Granted, I'm a P1, and as I said, we're just doing the foundation on these of the chemistry and microbiology and um, like the yeah diseases states right now. I'm not learning about the actual meds and what we do to cure them.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm walking in these rooms with these meds that I don't have a good foundation on yet, and I have to counsel these patients that just had a heart transplant on their
And you're trying to say,
medications.
hey, here's this drug that I don't know what it really does, but I know it is good, and I will know it's going to be good.
Yeah, I've done a lot of like listen to podcasts. Like I travel a lot, so 8 hour drives, you get bored. Why not listen to a pharmacy? Just go over different medications, and at the end of the day, there are like a top 200 drugs. They're called the formulary, but it's what the hospital uses. It's stuck to those drugs,
Yeah.
and so it is the same all the time. I have learned them a lot, especially like this week I worked 50 hours, so I do get a good foundation. There's databases that I can use and research the drug before I go up.
So are those drugs really to the hospital? Do you have does every hospital have like the drugs that they use, or is it kind of standard for all your hospitals?
Yeah, every hospital does have their own formulary, and it does change a lot depending on the hospital. There are a lot of options. Each has little differences. I know when I did a rotation in Wayne this summer, they max their acetaminophen at 3,000 milligrams, and at the med center we do 4,000 milligrams.
And that's more just like a hospital choice, or are they like accredited to do stuff like that? Do they have different stuff, or is it just kind of like
Hospital choice. They essentially they review different drugs in the class every quarter, and so like the heart medications, that would be a big quarter where that'd be tough to do. But
yeah?
and then they have this pharmacist present. They say this is what we think we should change on the formulary in front of a board, and the board either approves it or says no, we like what we have. And that's why it's so hard to get that change. Most of the time you present, it's limited research yet, and they say we feel safe with what we got.
Okay. So there's really not doesn't change a lot. Is that something my brother-in-law Theo Bloom, he just graduated from UNMC, Farm D kind of guy. So similar what you're gonna
Yeah,
do.
Farm D.
But I think he wants to go and like do that, like present to hospitals and do that. If Theo, if you're watching this and that's not what you want to do, I mean, you're a retard anyway. But so is that? I'm sorry. Is that what you kind of want to do, or do you want to do more lab stuff? I'm
Yeah,
a big pharma guy,
I don't
big
want
Travis
to.
Kelsey guy.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go. Definitely not insurance, and um, definitely not what was it? Big pharma research. I'm just don't think I do want to do research. At the end of the day, it is fun, but I like working with patients, and
Okay.
that's why I want to do like there are residencies. So I hope to do like a 2 year residency and go inpatient afterwards. I'd like to be in something like the ICU or ER, something high pace.
Dealing directly with people prescribing right there. Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, they come in, I look at their meds, see what's going on. I don't know. Push meds with the doctors, kind of work in those high stakes situations. I'll tell you what, the outpatient we have right now is so busy. Like I didn't even have a break today.
Just
Like
went
the
all the way through.
pisses are amazing. That's when you know you're working hard, when you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit. You finally get a 2 minute break and you pee and it's like an orgasm. It's amazing.
Okay. Okay.
After one energy drink, a water bottle.
Okay. Okay, so you did mention insurance. I know insurance is a hot topic button in America right now. Do you work a lot with insurances, trying to do that? What is your experience like with them?
Yeah, they definitely are kind of a hassle. I will say for the most part, they kind of when we call them and um, ask for like lost made re- lost med replacements, for the most part they do like cover the meds. People that need their meds, our hospital has their own financial assistance,
Okay,
so we really do help the community. And I would say like 50% of the patients that come in probably get their meds for free through our
through
hospital.
just the hospital stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. You work at UNMC's
Yep.
hospital.
Nebraska Med
Okay,
outpatient pharmacy.
oh,
Um,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So insurance, it takes a long time to learn how it all works, and it's so complicated because there's so
Yeah.
many middle people now. Because you got like the manufacturer, then you got the distributor, then you got like different distributor, secondary distributors, and so there's so many people trying to sell things to you.
Yeah.
And if you work with the manufacturers directly, sometimes you can get meds directly from them, and that's the cheapest option. It's so dependent, especially on the new drugs that aren't generics yet. That's kind of where you kind of have some difficult conversations.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting work you've got there. So, okay, so we're gonna segue now, I guess, a little bit. Sorry, these we're still learning the podcast business here. Okay, so I sent you a video about the uncanny valley the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know we talked about discussing this on the podcast. So basically, I forget who it was. I'll link it here for whoever. But so the basic theory is that the uncanny valley, if you don't know, it's so as something there's like animals, right? And as something gets like closer and closer to people, it's like not scary because your brain recognizes it as an animal. But then it gets to a point where it drops into this valley where it looks too much like a person, but not enough like a person, but not enough like an actual person. And it had there's this natural instinct that like freaks you out. And then you get closer to a person, and then it comes back up into being a person. You're not afraid of them. Is that's kind of what it's based
Yeah.
on?
Uh-huh. I'd never really thought about it until that video where it is like horror movies. He always had these cutscenes of horror movies, and it showed like, when they have the surgical face where half of it's obviously not the same, or
Yeah.
they have their mouths zipped shut.
Or like the ultra pale, like with like the messed up nose or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
almost feel like Five Nights at Freddy's kind of is.
A little bit, I can see
Yeah,
that
a little more humanoid though.
than that.
Yeah,
But
those things just kind of creep you out, and why is that?
yeah, I think when people think like skinwalkers and like
Yeah, skin.
Wendigos, like
Mm-hmm.
these tall, pale figures in the woods that are humanoid but like are not really. So the theory that they were talking about on this is that okay, depending on how much you believe in evolution, I think me and Pites are on the same page, believing that evolution is a pretty much a proven fact. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'd say
we're
there's
there.
a lot of good support to it, and it makes solid sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
My brother would say, my brother also named Gabe. He doesn't believe in science, so he would be shaking his fist at the air right now. But anyway, so the theory is that there was like when humans were like you're already dealing with like upright hominids, right? Upright like humans. You had these like kind of different like subspecies of things that were becoming humans, and then they were still kind of on the plains of Africa, and that these were like highly predatory towards each other. So you'd like be out with a hunting party and you'd look back, and one of the examples they used was like there's this kind of like humanoid figure from a different species like luring your kid away,
yeah,
and like you look over and it just snatches your kid and like sprints off into the woods. And like so that was kind of the selective pressure to kind of have this fear instinct of things that don't look exactly like human.
yeah, and it totally makes sense when you think about Africa and like all the different mammals and like primates that we could have evolved from. Orangutans are super smart.
Yeah, kind of like similar things.
Yeah, I mean, any one of those could have. And you think about the different tribes where we could have came from,
Mm.
and how even just slight differences for how long it took for us to grow up. I mean, slight differences could have really evolved different on tribes.
Yeah. And then I think you brought up the interesting point after that is like when people were gaining consciousness, like into that. Because I mean, this probably would have been after that kind of fact that because that I don't know, those kind of primal instincts are probably a little bit older than you think, than like
Yeah.
you're gaining consciousness kind of thing. I mean, religious people, I'm Catholic, so you kind of associate with getting souls at that point. That's where a lot of people who look at the early Bible books as like not as purely literate, like literal, but as like a mythology tale of the starting humans. That's kind of where the Adam and Eve starts.
Yeah.
So,
It'd
yeah,
definitely be, it's interesting to think about, like, I don't know, really begs like what a consciousness is, but where like the first people be, began to evolve consciousness, like obviously that became a huge advantage that you used the words complex thought, which I thought was really good.
yeah,
And instantly you become work better together. I mean, you can just by that you can take down so much more. Um,
yeah. When you start, well, and like I wonder how much of that was like coming from this point of view is like, would you like come in and out of that, like, because so I was thinking like my nephew's like a year and a half, right?
mm-hmm.
Is he
Yeah,
conscious to the point where there? Because it's even like even the Catholic Church realizes like you can't sin when you're still like when you still don't know like right or wrong, right? So
yeah,
like that's kind of like pre-consciousness. Like obviously it's got a
exactly.
soul, but like where does the consciousness start, and what does that kind of look like? And
Yeah,
then one thing I was thinking like when people were evolving this, like was the age like that you gained consciousness?
yeah,
Where like was a 15-year-old not conscious yet, and then like only after your brain developed past a certain point were you actually kind of like able to kind of distinguish that?
100%. Exactly what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, that's what like is consciousness just memory at that point? We have short term memory that we can process things and remember it within the moment, like within milliseconds. Like, but it is interesting that we don't remember the first few years of our life, and
yeah,
then boom, something happens, and we do. I mean, you do kind of fluctuate
yeah.
consciousness.
Because it's like you don't remember like you don't remember everything, but it's like when those images start like catching up with you, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, I kind of have a vague memory of that, or like or you're speaking at that point, right? You're formulating words
Yeah.
into it. I don't remember if we met. I think you were on maybe a run like it was like 2 years ago. We were talking about kind of the same thing. And we were saying that like consciousness is like when you're able to distinguish yourself as something outside of nature around you. I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember there. Like, because like a dog is just a dog, right? It doesn't like, even though it has instincts, it like thinks. It's like it is part of the world. It doesn't like think it's a different part. But I think humanity is distinct in that kind of consciousness. Like we are outside. There's the world. There's nature, and we're kind of like outside of that in a way.
Yeah. I'd say we just understand meaning. We have a yeah meaning. I mean, if we feel like something means something, I forget how to say this. I used to know better. C.S. Lewis has a great book on it about just like we see the light, we can sense warmth, we can sense meaning. I
Purpose kind
forget
of
how
thing.
to yeah.
Yeah.
If we can't just make something up like that. Like there has to be some way we feel that. There has to be something more.
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah.
but um, back to just consciousness coming in. I mean, there had to be a certain point where like I don't even you would be like in and out every like I feel like every 4 years kind of like where you're on that verge of consciousness. And also, would you even be able to control it at the start? Was that
Like
also
when
kind
it.
of an evolution point where you had to be able to
I don't know.
like I don't know if they had too much like anxiety at start, like they freaked out, like what?
Yeah, if you would like go out and kind of like come back in, that's an interesting
Yeah,
thought.
and how well you could handle being conscious at the start, and whether we have evolved like
Man. Yeah, because I remember my high school chemistry teacher. I don't know how we even got. I think it was my high school chemistry teacher. He was a really smart guy, taught chemistry and physics, but he was talking about how maybe when we start evolving to walk upright, kind of, you know how the balance is so much different, it's so hard to like develop, that's why it takes kids so long to walk. If
Mm-hmm.
that like developed our brain enough to push us into like being able to speak, being able to like become conscious and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea how the upright position would have affected our nervous system, but I agree. It definitely,
Our brain would have had, I mean, it would have been like thousands of years
yeah.
of like trying and like more and more to like
Uh
get
huh.
up.
But it definitely changed how we could manipulate our environment. I mean, we could, yeah, manipulate our environment now. We could move things around
Yeah,
us.
carry things,
Yep, carry
tools,
things. And from there, we could actually use our consciousness and kind of um, build the world around us
put
from it.
hunts together,
Yeah.
start hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must
And
have been terrifying. Early human hunting parties, just apes with sticks. Like,
I
like, oh,
know.
these ones have spears and they're chasing me for days and days and days.
Yeah, think about how good we've gotten at track. We've been running for 4 years, like together, a lot every single day.
Yeah.
Imagine growing up our whole lives not knowing anything but like hunt. I mean, we are just practicing our spear throw all the
Every
time.
day. Every
Think
day you're
about
just
how
training to
nasty
hunt.
that would be. How fast we'd be able to throw that now.
Well, just yeah, and like you see that. Have you like watched any videos on like uncontacted tribes in like Brazil and stuff, like
A
deep in
little,
the Amazon?
yeah.
The stories that come out of there are like so weird and like insane. Like these people, they are like they're people, right? And there was such a good quote. This guy said, everyone says they're like, oh, they're Stone Age people. I forget. He was on Joe Rogan. He's like, oh, they're Stone Age people. They're like Bronze Age people. And he's like, well, they're not Bronze Age people because they're alive today. And I was like, oh, that why is that kind of cold? Why is that kind of cold? Like, yeah, like they did survive like all this, like in probably in tribes of 30 people, 40 people. Kind of how
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean that's really because that's kind of I think that's like don't they say like early humans tribes are like 30 people. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of the general consensus number. Imagine still living in a tribe of 30 people.
I can't, especially just I don't know, but I do think they could be smarter than some people in the city. I mean,
Oh, 100%. Well, I mean, they're probably working with their hands every day, like
yeah.
problem solving, dealing with different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think that's the biggest mistake people make is assuming that humans weren't as smart 10,000 years ago as they are today. Like, yeah, maybe they didn't know as much about science, but like they were definitely better at problem solving, better at
Yeah.
dealing with everyday kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely kind of technology's taken away that problem solving that we've had to do,
100%.
which has definitely led to, I think, people just not having the same brain power. And those tribes definitely do have to do a lot of critical thinking, definitely on a lot of life or death situations where
Yeah.
you
Well, you
learn
wake up and
quickly.
you're like, okay, we got to go hunt today. What are we hunting? A baboon. How are you gonna hunt a baboon? You've like got like a stick.
Yep, and then you never make the same mistake again when the
Yeah.
claw goes. Okay,
Yeah.
never going that
Yeah.
never going that route again.
And you're running through the mud barefoot. It's like your feet can't look that they gotta just be big old hobbit feet, like big old
Yeah.
spread out. Like your feet gotta be able to like grip and stuff. Just running in like the wet like rainforest.
I know.
It's gotta be slick, dude.
I'm a pansy if I step on a stick.
Yeah, it's like
Imagine sprinting full speed and they're jumping over onto those.
yeah, they are just sprinting.
No cares.
Just fast as they can. That's
It'd be a fun life. I mean, some runs, some workouts. That's what motivates me. I'm imagining I'm a tribe right now. My family needs food, and we gotta hunt this. We gotta hunt this baboon down.
there's a baboon like sprinting through the jungle.
Yeah.
With a rock knife.
I mean, they're in good shape. You think about dogs, how long they can run. I'm with my workout. Obviously, I'm hunting them down slowly, just praying them, and obviously, I'm faster. Obviously, at the end of the day, I hunt them down and I kill them.
Was like and only animals with a higher VO2 potential than us are what like sled dogs, right?
Oh yeah, sled dogs 100%.
Yeah, I think that's the only one though. Sled dogs and
Exactly.
maybe horses, but and we domesticated both of them, so it's like they both work for us now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely conquered, dude. Could you imagine? I was watching. I don't know. I saw Shane Gillis was talking about the Comanches or something, or some early like Native American. And he's like, they didn't have horses before, like before they got brought over by, I think, the Spanish.
Uh
Could you imagine people showing up on horses
huh.
and you're standing, you're running, and now there's people
Yeah.
chasing you on
Oh
horses
my
with
gosh.
guns? It's like, dude, that's a game changer. That has to be like the most. That's got to be like the scariest thing you've ever seen.
That is crazy to think about. I mean, just like the advancement up from there.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a video just speaking of like showing the different. We're talking about the Stone Age versus
Yeah.
the age we live in right now. People bringing a compound bow to a tribe in Africa, and they're
Yeah.
like using it for the first time. And I mean, I couldn't. They're probably like, "Oh my gosh, these guys are so overpowered compared to us."
Well,
They
yeah,
got this thing like, phew, I don't know where they're shooting 50 yards accurately.
yeah. It's like, oh my god. It's like, bro, wait till you see this other thing I got. A gun. Oh
Yeah, they didn't even show the guns.
gosh, that is just, yeah. It's crazy, like how in history, like just one little advantage, and all of a sudden you just have enough to like conquer the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always like in like World War II, like the Americans got the nuclear bomb. It's like we could have took over the world so easily.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we don't want you to take over it. Well, we'll nuke you, and it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna say? What do you like? I mean, it's literally just like that extra step that just like all of a sudden you can conquer the whole world.
Yeah, it's definitely made warfare like honestly level out because you can't go above that without
Right.
destroying the whole world, and so you just got this basic nasty warfare now,
Yeah.
kind of.
Well, yeah, and now it's like I don't think we'll see, any like large scale,
Exactly.
like, oh, we can't, you're not gonna see like the Nazis versus, you're not gonna see another World War II, because
Mm-hmm.
you won't see any like large scale stuff like that.
No, but
Because like someone's gonna have nukes, and it's like, okay, well, you can't do anything.
yeah, that's why they just keep things kind of more small now, where you just kind of
Yeah, or
long duration.
killing the Taliban, killing ISIS,
Yeah, it's just
somewhere like that.
years on years of surge.
Yeah, insurgents, and yeah, it's I don't know if I want to dive into this on episode 2. Yeah, we'll get into it. So,
Oh my gosh.
the Crusades. Nah, man, but I don't know how up to date you are. Like, do you know a lot about like Islam and like the Muslim like culture and stuff like that? Because
I
I don't know.
know I've done a little research on just Muslim religion.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say I know the cultures of their, or I know I'd say I don't have unbiased
yeah,
culture
obviously.
review of their countries at all, but I've looked a little into the religion of Muslim.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I've been seeing. I don't know if I've been on like the dark side of Instagram lately, but like I just it's really difficult for me. Well, as like a Catholic, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Christians and Muslims have been at war for like thousands of years at this point,
Yeah.
and now you just see a huge growth of like Islam in the West and stuff like that. A lot from like the immigration. You see a lot in
Yeah.
Europe. Um, have you seen the videos of like people starting pushing back on stuff like that?
Yeah, I have, and I know a lot of people just complain about it, and I don't know if I don't it's this isn't their country, so I don't think they really care as much about it
Yeah,
too. Um, that's kind of what I think as well. They just don't care as much about this country.
yeah. I just think. Well, I thought I saw. I don't know if the video. I don't know if it was AI or something, but it was like there was a stadium in like Minnesota where a bunch of people from Somalia like took over the stadium and like started like doing this big like uh Islamic like worship thing. It's like I don't know how I feel about that. And this might be a little bit to get into on the second episode of this podcast, but have you seen any thoughts on that? Have you seen anything like that?
No, I haven't seen anything like that. I would just say the roots of Muslim, um, at the end of the day, reminds me of Mormons. I feel like there was just somebody who kind of came up and said they knew something. I'm not too sure, I guess, on what God they.
I think, well, so they're an Abrahamic religion technically, but they're they're not Christian, right? Well, I don't. they're not Christian.
Yeah.
They don't believe that Jesus was God, and they believe. I think they think Jesus was a prophet, and then
Yeah.
Muhammad was like their
And then
main prophet
Muhammad was
guy.
yep, exactly. And then there's like two bridges of that Muhammad.
Yeah, Shia and Sunni. Yeah.
Exactly. And that just doesn't show a strong foundation for me on
What
a
they do.
religion when it splits based off right when someone.
Right when it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least Christianity lasted a couple of thousand years or 1,500 years.
I mean, it's still the same. I mean,
That's true. I mean,
we're all reading the same Bible, and it's all Jesus.
yeah.
And
I guess they got their Quran, but I don't know. Do you know which one is the more violent one? Because one of them's like the real literal translation where it's like Muhammad killed this village of Jews. Now we need to go kill everybody too. And I think one of them's a bit more cruel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the Shiites are the bad ones. I could be wrong. on that. But
yeah, I can't think of the names of both of them.
Yeah.
But you are right on that.
Yeah. And then I just have a real hard time even like beginning a conversation when they're like Sharia law like puts people in burqas, right? Like says you can marry 9-year-olds. Like I just have for me, I haven't really done a lot of research into like Islam because I'm like, well, these are non-starters for me. You can't marry a 9-year-old.
No.
You can't marry a 6-year-old. And it's like I don't care that you're not gonna like have sex with her until she's like 13. That's still too early. Like I don't care. Even 15 is too early for like it's like, and you can't be. I don't want. No. And like how I look at it is like I have sisters. It's like I wouldn't want my mom or my sisters living in your culture. So
yeah,
I don't want your culture here. And I have a hard time wanting people to come to this country that don't want to live in my culture. Because like if they want to come over and they want to spread their culture, they're going to be voting for people that want to spread their culture. And I don't want their culture. I don't want burqas.
Yeah,
I think burqas are a net negative. I really do think they're net negative. I think marrying people under 15 is a net negative. I don't care what religion you are.
Exactly. You're too young to really even know what you like yet. You're just forced into something.
Yeah, and you're 9 years old. It's like these are kids. These are kids, man. You can't have a 40-year-old guy marrying like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a non-starter. And like I don't think we should be chopping off thieves' hands. Sometimes I do think we should do that. But I think people like me should think that, and the law should be you don't cut off thieves' hands.
Yeah.
You know? It's like I don't think you can't have people cutting out. You can't have
Yeah, and they don't have the beautiful or like look at the advancements we've made with the freedom we give each other.
Yeah.
With the forgiveness, we work together so much better. We're not putting people down or power tripping. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's like as personally I don't have a problem with like people that are Muslims, like whatever, like do your thing, but I'm starting to like you're starting to see a lot more of that like migration from the East, from these Muslim cultures into your Western cultures. And I like the Western culture. And you're starting to see them like spread their culture. And I don't like their culture. I don't think that's a bad thing to say. You don't like I have nothing wrong with them. I mean, some of them are great people.
Exactly. Obviously we're generalizing.
Yeah.
But I do feel like they're never smiling, they're never laughing. Would you say that or not? Or am I
well, I don't know. Well, I work with a girl who's Middle Eastern. And she's nice. She's super nice. She's a super nice person. I love working with her. She's great. But I just
maybe I'm thinking of the older generation too more than
and you know. Well, and it's hard to smile when you're in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you know. But yeah, and I hear stories coming out about like our guys going over to Afghanistan. And about Chogi boys. Have you heard about the Chogi? So
no, I've not heard that.
This John Shrek McPhee. He's the Delta Force guy.
Yeah.
Videos up. He talks about how every like Muslim village over there has like a Chogi boy, and it's basically like the 9-year-old boy that like gets raped.
Jeez.
And it's just like, and it's like stuff like this. And he talks about going into houses and their kids sleeping with water buffaloes. He talks about like going in and there's people trying to drug him, and like it's like, and people trying to drug him, trying to rape him, and it's like,
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
is
ooh.
crazy.
And it's like, yeah, there are probably bad people, and there's great people. There's good
Yeah.
people here. There's bad people here, too. Bad people in the West. But it's like, there's no chokey boys here, right? You're not marrying 12-year-olds here.
No.
It's like yeah, and the pedophiles that do that here, we should prosecute them. Yes, we should probably get some more Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, that's not a normal thing. And when we do hear it, we like try to arrest these people. Hell, most of the pedophiles get killed in jail anyway.
Yeah, and it just doesn't lead to happiness for anyone on any of them.
You know,
I think.
When I think about that, I'm like, there's amazing people there. There's bad people there, but I think I don't want that culture in the West. I don't want it. I wouldn't want to live in a neighborhood that is under Sharia law. You know, I wouldn't want to live there. So it's hard when the immigration issue, when people want to come over and live here, and it's like, well, do you want to live here or do you want to live over there with more money here?
Yeah.
It's like,
And it is kind of the culture there. There's probably just a few bad people who, I mean, keep it bad, kind of.
yeah,
I mean, keep the law and order.
mm-hmm.
And because it's such a stern
law,
there is no getting by it.
And my fear is that their religion just makes more and more people that will oppress, right? It only needs to be, to control 100 people, you only need 10 people, right?
Yep, exactly what.
But if your religion keeps churning out 10 people,
mm-hmm.
then you stop. You can't, it's bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A majority, like we were saying, a majority are probably really good, and then you just got those few who keep the culture where it is kind of stuck.
And it's like some of and I see why Islam is kind of like is attractive to like a lot of young men too, right? It's very disciplined.
Yeah,
it's very like you have to do this, you do this,
mm-hmm.
and you get girls, you like have your multiple wives. It's like it really appeals to the like the young man aspect of that.
But especially with discipline being just such a young man topic right now.
And it's lacking so much in the regular culture, so or in the popular culture.
And I think the younger generation recognizes that, and that's why it appeals to them, because it's like, I don't want to be these undisciplined and out of shape people. I want to be a man.
I think that's also what Christianity is not capitalizing on.
Yeah,
that's chance to like evangelize and be like, hey, our culture actually is supposed to be like, our religion is supposed to be this discipline. We're just not saying that.
Yeah, Catholic does a really good job. I mean, I went to a Catholic conference in college, and I remember they had boys talks, and they were always hyped like that. Like they were teaching you how to be a man, and that it's not all. Yeah,
there's just. I feel like there's such a disconnect. It's like, if you want to talk to men, you gotta yell at them and be like, do a bunch of push-ups, and that's why I think Islam's so attractive, because it's like, go die for your religion, go do this, and it's like, and there's that call in Catholicism, but it's not as out there. It's not as like jihad. It's not like go like jihad, intifada, like go like conquer and spread like that.
And I'm saying Catholics the most at that of the I'd say Christianity
there's,
religions.
There's definitely that.
The rest of them are more like less manly, kind of love everybody, which we should all should. I don't know how to relate.
Well, but not. It needs to be like a chivalrous love, not like la-di-da, not a Teletubbies kind of happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, and that's definitely where those different churches go to, but they are just trying to get more people to at least see God and Jesus, and I will say that is a positive that the book's getting out to more people.
That's 100. Yeah, it's like, and being like Catholic and looking at Christian churches, I sometimes just like, it hurts, because I'm like, you're not doing it right? Like, I saw a post, I commented on a post on Instagram, and it was like me going back in time to like say that the Eucharist is just a symbol, and as a Catholic, I take it literal. And then I commented, I'm like, bro wants to go play hockey without a puck. Like that's not the point. But then it's like, okay, well, just your run-of-the-mill Protestant Christianity, is a net positive, right? It is a net
Mm-hmm.
good. So it's like, okay, but I get frustrated when it's like when I drive past a Christian church with, the gay flags in the windows, and I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing here, man? But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they're just trying to get
Yeah, I
everyone.
feel like so many of these Protestant churches are just they want to make you feel good, right?
Yeah,
And a way you
exactly.
do feel good is by following God, but sometimes following God doesn't feel good, and it's like they kind of miss that part a lot.
Yeah, they miss where God does make you actually work. You have to do things,
Yeah,
and it's not just show up and you're blessed or you get everything you want.
yeah. And that's the
But
part that appeals to young men.
mm-hmm.
It's like you got to do hard things.
Yep, and it's crazy once you do hard things and you are doing it right. Just it stacks up quickly, and you do it. God does help you quickly,
Yeah,
especially when you put in the work.
yeah. It's like, but and it's like young men want to do hard things.
Yep.
It's like that's what we're built for. We're built
Mm-hmm.
for chasing baboons through jungles.
Yep. Exactly. That's what we've been
Yeah, it's
doing.
just this culture of comfort. Everyone wants to just hang out and just do nothing. No one wants to get up and go do track workouts.
Yeah. Happy we got it in though. I mean,
Oh, it's beautiful out here.
yeah. Elkhorn Valley Middle School.
All these Elkhorn middle schools, great tracks, great facilities at the middle schools.
Yeah, and middle schools are accessible. High schools aren't. I will say that. Even in
Yeah,
my closest track is a Cinder or little middle school place. Hot, hot, but you can get some good work on it.
100%. Yeah, good work anywhere.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I do think high school tracks. Well, it's like high school tracks. Why not just open them to the public? I mean, they're
Oh
publicly
yeah,
funded.
I agree. And there's
I mean, there's really
nobody
not going to be that
uses
much
track.
damage to
Oh,
it.
nobody does
It
that.
doesn't. I mean, barely any people. There was 4 people out here today. 2 of them
Yeah.
were us. It's like nobody's going to be tearing up your track. What?
No.
The occasional person wants to spike up on your track. Great. That's what it's for. You'll still resurface with the taxpayer monies in 8 years. It's going to look great.
Yeah. Maybe it's worse that happens. I feel like maybe drunk high school kids.
But it's just still a track, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and if
My
a
high
drunk high
school.
school kid wants to get on a track, is a 6 foot, 8 foot fence going to stop them?
Very true. Our our high school is open. I guess it's the
It is.
only track in the city, but
Okay.
we just got a new stadium, so it's super nice up
Oh,
there.
that's nice.
But it's very exposed to the wind, just like our college track.
Yeah, up on a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. One track I do want to run on is Winnebago's.
When it, yeah, I've ran on
On the
that one.
reservation. I drove past it a couple times lately to go see my girlfriend, and I'm like, they got a nice track out there.
Yep.
That feels turf, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have state of the art facilities at the reservations. They get great funded schools, especially Winnebago. At one point, I'd say this was 2016, 2017. The Bago Boys. They made like a Nebraska documentary about them, but this was a really good time where like they had really good ballers. Res ball is what they
Res
called it.
ball, yeah.
Just full court pressure all the time, shoot it up. Like Chino Hills, they really were Chino Hills. And they had a few people that could dunk it, and you should have seen how loud the
Stadium was.
yeah, the
Yeah.
whole city pulled up. It was so cool.
It is fun. Because it's like it is
Yeah,
that
they're
community,
stuck
community kind of aspect
on
is
the
kinda
reservation by themselves.
cool. Yeah.
And from there they got so much out of nowhere. They rallied money, and they really did get some nice facilities. But I mean, you look at Omaha Nation, you got to put that as one of the worst, one of the ugliest, I don't know, one of the most poverty cities in
Yeah.
Nebraska, I would say.
I haven't spent a lot. Where is that? Is that north?
Yeah, Macy, Nebraska. Yeah, up north, kind of on the bluffs if you kept going north for a while. Um, yeah, just run down. Nothing really going for it.
Do you know what
Federally
that
funded.
is? Is that just
Just, yeah, I'm not sure.
No one's gotten anything going in there?
Yeah, nobody really. The tribe just kind of hangs by themselves. They put them in an area and they don't venture out. I don't know. Nobody really goes in. The casinos are the best bet, and even that kind of ruins the culture there. Where people get addicted.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the hard part. It's like that's kind of the biggest draw for most reservations casinos, but it's just at the same time it's a pretty nasty business.
Yep,
At the same time,
exactly.
it's definitely difficult.
In Omaha Nation, yeah, one of the worst teams we'd play in high school. It was kind of one of those games where you just kind of had to show up and
Just beat them.
yeah,
Just like,
I mean, you
hey,
could hit some, you could
just
really
get some
hurt some
highlights
people.
and then
Yeah,
feel bad the rest of the game.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember there was the only time I felt bad for beating somebody in it happened in high school. We were at a 7-on-7 tournament. We were playing we were in Columbus and we were playing Skylar's team, and Skylar, there's a really high Mexican population
yeah,
there. And they just had all their team was just these short Mexican guys. And they were not good at football. They were so bad. I mean, our quarterback Colton Chada was just throwing touchdown after touchdown. I caught a touchdown on like a slant.
yeah.
I ran like a 3-step slant, like gave him a head nod, and the guy just fell back on the ground. And I just ran, and I was just like, I felt bad then, but that's the only real time.
Yeah, I think they just have to. I don't know. They might not just have the free time to do sports the same that we had, where they had to work
That's true.
a little bit younger. At least I know that was the case for Wakefield. Smaller towns, I feel like you run into that a lot more, where there's some towns that just have nothing going for it, no athletes. And for me, at least, I'd say I have a kinder soul, but I've always felt bad kind of whooping on these kids. I always, I kind of played at their level, which always kind of, coach would get pissed. I mean,
Well,
especially when you're
yeah,
only
but
up 10 at
like,
half and
he's
coach,
like,
we
come
got
on.
this well under control. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
it's like this isn't a high stakes game right now.
Exactly.
I know. I watched. Yeah, we beat a couple. I guess we beat David City Public pretty bad too. I watched my brother's team beat them pretty bad last year, 2 years ago. They're Connor Booth. He's like the freshman. He's gonna be a freshman running back at Nebraska.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, he was on that team, and they were playing against a 14-man David City Public team who their coach just got fired the week before. I don't. I'm trying to remember the stat. I think they ran 6 plays. He ran no. There was something where he ran like 4 touchdowns and got touched twice, and it was like on 4 drives. So they handed him the ball like 4 times, and he had like 4 touchdowns, and he got like touched twice.
That's wild.
It was just like, oh my gosh. I felt bad watching that. And it's just like they're kids, right? When you're in high school, even it's a little bit more like, oh, they're our enemies. But like, come back and watch it now. I was like, those poor kids out there, man. That guy had algebra 2 this morning.
That is
he
crazy.
failed an English quiz, and now he's out here. Connor Booth's running for 300 yards on him. I'm like, oh man, that's just brutal.
High school.
Yeah, high school sports are like that. But I think they're good. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'd never go back on it. And they really built some heart.
Builds character.
Yeah.
When you get your face smashed in. Oh yeah, sweet time. I think sports are important culturally, especially for young men now.
I do too. I think it's builds so much character on everything. Humility, working as a team.
There was a bug in
the water bottle?
Yeah. Oh, I just ate that bug. Sorry, go ahead. It's salty.
I don't know, and just work ethic in general. I mean, waking up for 5:30 workouts obviously makes waking up at 8 o'clock for a job pretty
Really
easy.
Yeah, I was talking to Brady, and he was talking to one of his friends about going on a bike ride. He's like, "Yeah, we got to be going by like 6 o'clock," and Brady's like, "Yeah, we'll get going like 6 o'clock." Another guy was like, 6 o'clock? Like, bro, that's so early. I don't get up till like 8 or 9. And Brady's like, what are you talking about? It's like 6 o'clock's not early. 6 o'clock is like we're there ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's definitely instilled that in people too.
Yeah.
As those sports. I think it's really, and then like people, especially in cities, they have such a limited number of options to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
For young guys, like we said, they want to do hard things. Like,
yeah.
Give them a challenge and they'll do it. And it's like, yeah.
It's so hard to get that challenge in the city when you're just cramped together. There's no room. I mean, you run, stop. I mean,
yeah.
there's just so much going on. It would be tough as a young in high school, like trying to do something.
If you weren't in sports, it's like, yeah, what do
Yeah.
you do? Join the street gang?
Yeah, exactly.
You want to fight somebody? I don't know. Yeah, just sit on your phone, I guess. Scroll TikTok. Scroll Instagram Reels.
Yeah, speaking of getting up early, though, Wiley is better at that than me. Last few Saturdays ago, we talked about running after work. I said I worked 8 to 4:30. I could run at like 5. He took that as 5 a.m. And I wake up for work and I look on his story and I see him. This motherfucker just slept through. I was like, oh my gosh, he woke up at 5 a.m.
I was here at 5 a.m. I was here. I woke up at like 4.
I was like, oh.
I dead thought I heard 5 o'clock. I was like, 5 o'clock. I was like, that's my 5 o'clock. I'm like, I would never. It never occurred to me that you wanted to work out in the afternoon after work.
Yeah.
I was like, you said, oh, I work from 8 to 4:30. I can work at 5, or I can run at 5. And I heard, oh, I work from 8 to 4:30. I can I can run at 5 though.
But 4, yeah, you got it at 4.
Yeah, just like, oh gosh.
It's a good mentality to have. Work out before the work starts.
I don't know.
It's tough after work. Luckily, Clarkson, one of the hospitals that I deliver to, it's a hospital system, Nebraska Med. They have a 24/7 gym at the bottom. Super nice.
Oh, that's nice.
And when I'm there after work at 8 p.m., I mean, 2 other people in there, it's so
Just
nice. I can just
going.
vibe after a long day of school, work. You're just kind of dead. Just going there and getting good work in. I mean, sometimes you have to swipe the flashcards while you're running, but it's just a nice, chill time by yourself at the end of the day. You get to walk home, gorgeous view. When I had my electric longboard, they had like a 7-story parking garage. At night, this thing is maybe filled 2 stories.
Yeah.
During the day, full to the top. It's crazy how many more people come during the day.
Yeah.
So I had longboard up there, gorgeous view of the city, nice sunset. Just kind of relax for the night.
Just chill. Classic.
Yeah, I'd say that was kind of the highlight of the winter last year. One of them.
That's nice. I pulled my Achilles last winter. Actually, it was Achilles tendonitis, and I had one of the worst mental spans in my life. So I'm glad you were enjoying your parking garage while I was fighting for my life. But hey, whatever. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, those winter just grinding in the dark in the buildings kind of builds character. I like it.
I miss that. I used to work out more at night. I used to, when I was in high school, during the summers, I would drive down the practice field. I had my sledgehammer. I actually got in the back of the car still, but I would hit the sledgehammer like 50 times each side, and like flip it down and forward back, and like do that again. I do that for like 45 minutes, just grinding. I put my air resistance.
Yeah,
that
was the thing to do. I love that in high school.
Yeah,
my coach one time made me take it off during a run. He's like, "You gotta take it off for this run."
No, coach, I need it.
Coach, I'm at 8,000 feet right now. What you talking about? Take it off.
I love, man.
In reality, I don't think those things actually.
I think they work the diaphragm muscle more.
Yeah, the intercostals,
and they're not changing the concentration of the oxygen in the air, so it doesn't change your red blood cell count.
Exactly,
because the gas exchange is the same. I think.
No, that is true. That's exactly how it works, and so it's not increasing your red blood cells, which what elevation. That's the advantage of.
That is the point of it.
And I don't think I need stronger. I mean, I'm not having troubles expanding my lungs at the end of the race. I need
more oxygen because my hamstrings are exploding.
And at that point I should just take that off and get good work in with
I think that's
more game like scenarios.
But I think when you're doing football,
it's
a toughness thing too.
Oh yeah. And that was like not cross country, not aerobic training. I was just training to be
being tough.
800, pure 800.
That is so funny. I have this big periodization textbook, and it was talking about like like in periodization, just like optimizing your sports performance to your peak. And he was talking about football, and it was just like, yeah, but at the end of the day, American football, you just kind of need to be tough. It's like you just need to be able to hit people and be tough. And I was
Yep.
like, okay, that's kind of it.
It does. It just tears you apart. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. At the end of the season, everybody's hurting. You got to be able to be tougher.
Yeah. It's like that's why I'm gonna get on our athletic trainers a bit more. Like, yes, the football players definitely need ice baths, 100%. They are the most physical people on campus. They 100% need their ice baths. But get the cross country team one, right? First of all, there's 25 people, both teams. It's like it's gonna take one ice bath session with those big tubs,
Yeah.
and it's like we expend the most muscular, like we work the most. Yeah, it's
impact's insane.
100%. Yeah, it's like yeah, I get the football players 100% need them. Don't take it away from there. But just could you give us an hour? Could you give us like a little bit of ice, man?
Yeah, those big tubs. I mean,
you can fit 20 cross country runners in them,
and that's not hard to maintain one of those. And yeah, 6 people at once.
Yeah,
keeping it cold. There was no. They literally kept that open for the first week of like school, and then they quit doing.
And
they got
stopped.
rid of it. It's no. I don't know why that was so hard for the trainers too.
Oh, muffin! Did I tell you that? So I finally got my. You saw those story. So I finally got my stuff turned in, and yeah, my athletic papers, and yeah, I didn't take a look at them until July 30th, and they wanted them in by like July 15th, whatever. So I finally go to open them because that's when my physical was. So I was like, I'll just do them all at once. I already had the appointment like when they wanted it turned in, and they didn't send them to me till way late because they didn't know I was coming back. Whatever, it was a big thing. I look at this. I've met Muffin. I knew it was Muffin. I asked Colin after, and he said it was Muffin. I have known Muffin for like 4 years. I've probably interacted with her 60, 70 times. She's seen my name on documents, on insurance, on sign-in sheets, on COVID tests. It's W-Y-L-L-I-E. W-H-Y-L-I-E. I was so offended. I was so hurt. I was like, okay, maybe you put one L. One L is understandable. At least the word looks the same. It goes like this. W-H? It's like you care that little. You care that. It's like you know who I am. I've interacted with you a ton. Like 50, 60, 70 times. It's like everybody calls me Wiley.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you.
Exactly, everybody.
Yeah, it's like no one has ever like. I was insulted. It hurt me. It hurt me. I was just like, really? It's like I get it, but come on, man. W-H? H?
Have you ever seen it spelled that way before?
I've never seen it spelled.
She got to get creative with that one.
Yeah, I've seen W-Y-L-I-E, W-I-L-E-Y. I've seen Willie, but W-H-Y?
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in that. I really was.
Maybe she put some thought into it, and you should really
she's like,
appreciate that she cared about you that much.
Yeah, she's like, hey, fuck this guy. Nobody liked. Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't like me. Which she doesn't like any of us, any of the cross country team.
Yeah, cross, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was some. Did I tell you about the big drama between some of the coaches? I won't say this on the podcast, but on some track coaches at the end of the year, and it was just getting a little testy between everybody. But, yeah, I probably won't go into detail on this, but
that's interesting.
Well, off the record, I'll tell you. But yeah.
Yeah.
How long has that been?
I have no idea, but I will say we really jumped around topics.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't stick to anything good, but I'd say we had a good conversation. Kept it smooth. I say I didn't stutter too much, which is a big goal of mine.
The start with Brady was a little bit more rough. It could have been me facilitating a little bit more today too, but took a little bit longer so we're improving on the podcast.
Yep, exactly. Every episode get better. I mean, I felt like at the start of this, I was really.
It's kind of
weird,
really
but
quickly. Yeah, it's kind of like it flows once you get into it.
Yeah, Exactly.
So-
We did do a good job of flowing.
Yeah.
I think.
100%. There was kind of a rough segue there, but so do you have a name suggestion for the podcast? Because this podcast does not have a name yet.
Tell you what, I'm no good with names.
Okay.
Feel it.
Well, we'll stay with that. Try to think on that.
The nameless podcast.
Yeah, but you have anything else to say?
All this stuff was at the top of our head. Take it with
Yeah.
a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Don't cancel us or anything.
we're just saying things. We're just talking. I mean, some things come out wrong, but we came out. I think we had a great conversation today. I
Absolutely.
appreciate the time together.
No, I appreciate you. Second episode. This is a man you'll see on the podcast again. I don't doubt it. Name you'll hear on the podcast lots. So yeah, obviously I didn't do that outro last time. So like and subscribe. This is brand new. We'll see how long it lasts. Smash that notification button. But we're just trying to get these out there. Obviously they'll get better as time goes on. We'll probably get better equipment if we decide to keep going.
Yeah. None of this flimsy shit. I mean, what type of chair did you get me here? The fuck
That's
is
your
that?
chair. That's your chair.
What type of chair
That's
you
your
give
chair.
me?
You brought that chair.
That's why I brought it. I can abuse it.
But yeah, like and subscribe. Leave a comment, suggestions on the podcast. This will go out. The first episode only went out to about 25, 30 people. So this one will go out to a little bit broader. It'll go out on my general Snapchat story, not on the general Instagram yet. Maybe it'll make it the close friends Instagram. Well, it's really just the boys' story on Instagram. But this one will get a little bit wider sphere of influence, and then episode 3 will get the largest sphere of influence. So, yeah, Gabe Peitz, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing more of you soon, and so does the audience.
Yeah.
All right.
Deuces.
Thank you. Go Cats.